Yes, tensions rise in Minnesota. There's more lunacy in the streets. Citizens are having a mental breakdown and impeding with ICE officers to do their job. Will President Trump invoke the Insurrection Act before it's too late? And then also we'll hear from Tom Homan later on. So stick around. You don't want to miss this.
Freedom Talk, we're coming on the air. Coffee's hot, flags flying everywhere. Bible on the dash, truth in our walk. Turn it up loud, this is Freedom Talk.
Yes, welcome back to Freedom Talk. And this is the completion of week one. We're talking about week one. There we go. Week one this week. We have 4 videos out there. And thank you for the subscribers that subscribe. You're truly getting this channel off to a good start. And if you do want some insight on current events and a fresh look on how to look at them, I invite you to subscribe as well. So let's get into it. We're talking about Minnesota. There's more lunacy going on and some craziness. They're busting into ICE officers' cars, taking out their gun safes, busting into them. And even one character stole an ICE officer's gun. I don't know what gives you a right to do that, but okay, might lead to a bad outcome from you. But let's hear from Laurel Ingram, and we got Nick Sorter, and they're over here, and they had little something to say what happened last night.
I know you just talked to a high-placed source at DOJ. Tell us more.
Yeah, so he wasn't arrested last night. He could have been, but the Minneapolis police didn't bother chasing the vehicle that had just stolen a high-powered rifle out of an FBI car. So that stole it out of one of these weapons lockers that was in the back. But what I can confirm now is that Raul Gutierrez, age 33, that you see in the video that I posted last night, stealing a firearm from an FBI vehicle, has been arrested by the ATF and the DOJ. They executed an arrest warrant today, and he's a known member of the Latin Kings gang. I just got all this information just before I came on air. He's got a lengthy, violent rap sheet. Of course, he should have been in prison already, but in Tim Waltz, Minnesota, like they don't arrest anybody here. So it's not surprising that he was able to go out and beat this gun safe to a.
And remember, Tim Waltz came out with that speech, to pretty much said, take out your phones and record things. And to me, it was like inciting violence. He was implying a lot of things and letting the citizens come up with their own desires. But it is pretty much, he kind of rubber stamped what's going on over here. And of course, that takes the focus off of him with all the fraud that's going on in Minnesota. So we know what he's up to.
Pulped and pull this automatic firearm out of it and run away with it. And, hell, if it wasn't for, honestly, a lot of us independent journalists on the ground that were able to get a video of this, nobody would have seen it happen.
Wouldn't know about it.
They were able to find this guy based on a video from independent journalists, the one that we posted last night. I mean, it's crazy that it has to be us doing this.
So, Nick, did you talk to DOJ to get his name?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's I've been in contact with Attorney General Pam Bondi throughout the day today. We've talked to them several times.
We'll take that as a
lot more
confirmation.
material that I haven't posted. Yeah, and so they've been. There's a lot of FBI stuff going on the ground right now that I can't talk about, but there's more coming.
Yeah, I bet there's more coming, and there's a lot of things that are happening on behind the scenes, and I think the White House is looking into this very carefully, and that there are going to be some action real soon. It looks like ICE agents are doubling down, and they're not taking any slack anymore. They're busting the cars that are obstructing justice. They're busting into them, and they're arresting the people inside the cars. And to me, it seems like there's a demonic spirit going on, because there's a bunch of people that above this that is inciting this. They are making a lot of money off this. This is a business for them. They tend to put it out there, and then they can make more money, and the more they talk about it. But that's the people that are up there that's inciting it. There's a lot of pawns down over here that just believe whatever they see and say, and they get involved on the wrong side of history on this. So anyways, let's move on to this one lady over here, and just kind of to show you the lunacy that's going on over there. Just look how she's talking to these ICE officers.
Name. Sir, tell me your name. This is unacceptable.
Okay.
Absolutely unacceptable. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. This is not appropriate. This is my country. I'm here legally.
Okay.
These people, you never ask for proof. You are a bad, evil person. You need to be expunged. You need to go to another country.
And that's just kind of like the mindset that's going on. People are being told what to think, and they believe it. So, pray for these people that they will have a sound mind and some discernment. You can't, I don't expect that from everybody, because some are too far gone and they just want to, they choose. Like, there's everything in life, there's a choice. And if you choose to believe something, and, that's what the case over here. But she just goes on, and these officers, they just finally just said goodbye. And okay, well, that's not going to play the rest of the clip. So, so let's move on. Nope. Okay. So, but I like what this man had to say. This is talking about making right choices and believing the right things, and he sees for what it is. And I give this guy a huge salute as he salutes the ICE officers. Let's hear what he has to say.
So if you live in a blue city, please understand that ICE did not bring chaos to your city. Chaos brought ICE to your city. Open borders created the mess, sanctuary policies enabled it, and now federal law enforcement is cleaning it up. It's not complicated. Look, you don't have to like it. You can defend murderers, drug dealers, and child rapists all you want. Just understand that if you don't stay out of the way, there will be consequences. And me personally, I'd like to send a message to all the ICE agents out there putting in long hours and dealing with dangerous situations and the antics from radicals on the streets attempting to obstruct and impede them every step of the way. I salute you, and I stand by you. Thank you for your selfless dedication to this great nation. You are loved and cared about more than you know. And if you stand with ICE, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Amen. I can say it better myself. But we do salute the ICE officers for standing in for justice. And remember, they're going in there, and there's a lot of Somali people in there, and they're not going after all Somali people. But there's a lot in there in that community that is involved with this fraud. And if you're there illegally, then they will remove you from this country. So that's the whole thing. Is like, what's legal, what's illegal, and if it's illegal, and we need the ICE officers to do their job, then don't get in their way. It's that simple. You get in their way, there's going to be consequences, and that's because then you become the lawbreaker, and it's just wrong thinking. So yes, and you, sir, I salute you. Thank you, thank you for your comment, and for putting some common sense to this madness. Yes, if you're here legally and you're doing illegal things, you will be removed legally. It's that simple. And for the people that are obstructing justice, that is a legal act, and there will be consequences. So I would be careful of what you do. Now, Tom Holman over here, he's we'll see what Tom Holman says. Remember when Tim Walz says, go ahead and record all these ICE officers and take documentation, more or less a threat. Well, Tom Holman has a response to that.
When Governor Walz said for citizens to track ICE, film them, and record their, quote, atrocities for future prosecution. And then you hear the Philly police chief looked like a comedy sketch when she was up there talking about, oh, we're going to, we'll arrest ICE if we have to. We'll arrest the agents. If you come into our town, you're going to get arrested, essentially. I'm paraphrasing. What's your response to them tonight?
Well, the Philly sheriff, she's proven she's not too smart. I mean, you're not going to arrest anybody. Because like you said earlier in your monologue, there's supremacy clause. If you interfere or impede ICE officers, I don't care if you're wearing a badge or not. You just committed a felony. So we're going to continue doing this job, and these people who want to say follow ICE, and film ICE, you know what? You can protest. They have that right. But when you cross that line, and we've proven it, if you interfere or impede or assault an ICE officer, you will be prosecuted. And one thing I'm pushing for right now, Laura, we're going to create a database where those people that are arrested for interference, impediment, assault, we're going to make them famous. We're going to put their face on TV. We're going to let their employers in their neighborhoods, in their schools, know who these people are. Because as you said, a lot of these people, they say they're taking time off work to protest. I bet you a lot of them are calling in sick. I bet you a lot of their employers don't know what they're doing. But we're going to make sure everybody knows who they are. We're going to broadcast. They want to broadcast the ICE officer that was nearly killed all over the internet. We're going to broadcast every one of these people we arrest.
Yes. And amen. Talk about karma. They say do this to the police officers. Well, it's going to come back and bite them. Many will lose their jobs, because you not only that, you're a representation of a company. And if you're a representation of a company and you're out there doing things that the company does not approve of, then there might be consequences to that. Not alone, also, with maybe being arrested and stuff. So, just continue to keep Minnesota in their prayers, that peace will come, and that people will have a stronger discernment. Not everybody's like that. There's a lot of Minnesotans that is good, and they're for the ICE officers, but we just have to keep a watch on them. So I thank you much, and I'm hoping that I get this right. But I hope the next video pops up. If it does, click on that, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe to get this ball rolling. I'm taking the weekend off, and I'll see you back here on Freedom Talk on Monday. Have a blessed day.